revved up and away in our third and final race for our veterans lineups. And look at this, another fabulous start from DC Darren Capel. God, he's good at this place. Absolutely brilliant. 3 whole shots from 3 starts. Richard Horn gets a good start as well. He's up in the front as well. Barry Morris, a great start from Baz. He's up there, handy to the pace and looking out for our early race leader, Cam Negus. He's buried in the top end, but he's back a little bit, so he's a bit of work to do. This one's going to be pretty exciting, so a bit of drama dished up. We just talked about how much can go wrong and how much can happen here at the Summercross. And here we are on here at the moment, Neil.
This has to be one of the best veterans field we've seen in a long time. When we might be missing a few today, and I can think of the likes of a Mitch Rowe maybe, but hey, I tell you what, when you bring Cam Negus and Barry Morris back, you know, you've got some of the stars of our sport returning. Veterans, the age of the rider. Vintage is to do with the age of the bike, so vintage motocross is older bikes, and veterans motocross is the older riders, 35 to 44, and in this case, 45 and above. So what does 45 and above mean? Well, it means like Mitch Rowe, if he was here, you would be well over 50 years of age, and that's being polite about it. All right, there we go. One just to drop it back on the clubroom's turn. And so there we go. That was one of our best 3 riders as well. So keep look out for this one. Are we ready, Brad? Who's going to be the update for the veterans? This is Richard.
Yeah, Richard's in charge. So Richard,
on the 125
buffer too. So he's runaway leader at the moment. Ctas is in second. So it was Barry Morris, we think, that's crashed in that early stages. And we don't have Cameron Negus out there that I can see. So Cam Negus, fresh off that MX1 moto. I haven't seen him make the start of this one here. So talk about big-time drama. We could have our winner of race 1 and 2 not with us in the third and final moto. So here we go, dishing it up as Richard Horn. He's won 2 out of 2 in that 35 plus category. He is absolutely on fire here today on the Bike Talk Gas. There is Capes in second place, so go Capes. Absolutely brilliant. Joel Wannell's got a wonderful start. He's in third place with Damien Fogarty right behind him. Barry Morris is already back up into 5th place. We've got the likes of Neil Thompson and Daniel Fogarty 6th and 7th place with Winston in there at 8th. Cam Negus is at 9th, so we have got the update. Cam is out there, so not the start he would have wanted, but he is in the top 10 now, so look out for the charge of Cam Negus. A little bit of work to do, 18 seconds back off the race lead, but the real race for him is to try and make sure he beats Darren Capel and Barry Morris, who have had 2-3 results so far today. How about this, Neil? We talk about drama. This is all on here for the veterans.
All right, now remembering Joker Lane. Joker Lane has started now, so all classes can get to use the Joker Lane. Who's going to use it? Who's going to select it? And remembering you can only use it once and only use it from not on the opening lap, but must use it before the end as well. So somebody to use the Joker Lane, you know, for a psych a little bit at the moment. If you've had a little bit, yeah, see, there's the Joker Lane, the cut in front there. See that? There's the Joker Lane. I'll do exactly the same thing. That was a big coup. That was awesome to do. So try and get that advantage. Going for it. That is great to watch. So there you go, the Joker Lane. That's exactly what you want to do. So these results will turn upside down, and that's why you've got it. So there you have it, the Joker Lane. Oh, so important. How are you going to use it? Where are you going to use it? What are you going to do with it? So we've turned it all there. We got Brent O'Regan, Shane Giles, and Dave Quirk back in our field. A little bit in our veterans. Brent O'Regan, of course, for the over 45s here today. But we've turned our field upside down. Joe Wannell has gone and used it. So good on you, Joel. That is great thinking. I'd do exactly the same. I reckon that was the right thing to do. But very few others have opted for it during that lap. So there you go. There's the Joker Lane. So you use it once. If you're not sure about where it is, what it is, go and follow it for a few other riders. Go and have a look and see what's happening. There's a few others. We can hear this. Oh, no, I thought somebody's just going to make a late change then to try and use it. It wouldn't be.
All right, let's give you an update of our entire top categories here at the moment. Our 35 plus is led by our race leader, and that is the dynamic Richard Horn on the Bike Talk Gas. He's flying out in front. We've got Joel Wannell, who's right there with him as well, but Joel has used the Joker Lane, so the update for Joel, he's out there, but has used the Joker Lane. We've got Darren Capel still there with the Joker Lane up his sleeve. Winston's used the Joker Lane, he's up in the 4th place. Damien Fogarty's there in 5th. Now Barry Morris and Cam Negus are right next to each other on the racetrack in 6th and 7th place, with Daniel Fogarty, Neil Thompson and Scott White taking us down and wrapping up our top 10 here at the moment. So we've got our two classes out in one. 35 to 44, and that's brought to us by Bay Spreaders, your ground spreading specialists in the Whakatane area. And we've also got our 60-40 milking supported 45 years veterans, and that's Bevan and the team. At 60-40 milking, they put a lot of work into the Bay of Plenty Motorcycle Club, and it's a great story and a great sponsor to have here as part of our feature veterans program. Like Neil touched on before, I don't think I've seen this many New Zealand champions in a veterans lineup ever before, so spectacular racing. And all led by this man here, Joel Wannell. He's used the Joker lane. Richard in second has not. So some more of these stories to be told, Neil, as veterans excitement rolls on.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a real technical mucker, because you did all of a sudden think, well, who's used the Joker lane and who isn't? So you got Joel, who's got himself in front of the field, but Richard, who hasn't, and he's behind him, so he's still got that up his sleeve. But at what point does Richard use it? And does he need to try and get back in the front? Or you don't know when the others necessarily have used it. Do you realise when your competition is, and when I say competition, you know, he'll think, how's Joel got in front of me? Oh, he's used the Joker lane. So then realising, well, I can stay behind him, it's not a problem, because when I get to use it next, I'll go back in front of Joel. But when have the others done it? And all of a sudden he might come around next time and think it's only Joel Wannell, but it's somebody else that's used the Joker lane that was behind him, now in front of him, and he doesn't realise that they have, and he starts to cruise a little bit, and not knowing that there are the riders in front of them who has already used it. Yeah, when he gets to use it, will he have made up enough to have got the virtue of capitalising on the other riders' earlier option to do it? So a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of fun. It's it's not quite a lottery, but it's a bit of a raffle ticket for jurors to win the best timers to use it. And remember, you can only do it once. So there you go, a great time out there as we look out for our veterans in the Joker lane.
Oh, it's pretty exciting out there. There's plenty of excitement to look out for. The thrills and spills. Our competitors has gone down after the feature finish line, so there's so much going on out here. Richard Horn has retaken the race lead and still has not used the Joker lane, so he's still got the Joker lane up his sleeve. I think it looked like Ctas has just taken the Joker lane, so I think we might have a new race leader. Darren Capel takes the Joker lane, and I believe you'll find that he will now be our overall race leader, but he has taken the Joker lane, so here we go with Capes flying here at the moment. He's into the lead of this one here. There is Barry Morris, he's taking the Joker lane as well. So this is a full-on fight going on. First and second in that class. There's Cam Negus coming through. He's used the Joker lane now as well. So Richard Horn, the only one who hasn't. And I tell you what, with 2 wins and a third, this may not be enough for the likes of Cameron Negus to take the overall. He's going to need to try and make sure he maximises and gets another spot, as this summer cross overall picture is absolutely spectacular as well. One down, we've got a big pile up down into the whole shot corner, so we just caught the back end of it, and hopefully everything a-okay, but absolute drama here at our veterans lineup as DC Darren Capel, he leads this one here, but only narrowly over Barry Morris, and if Barry can get up for 2 wins, 2 seconds in a win, and we might have some real excitement to look out for. So a bit of drama here, Neil.
What that off at the end of the start straight as well, saw a few of those go down. And I think for a moment we had 3 bikes, of which only one's got up and got going again. There's a rider pinned underneath there, which is never comfortable. Missed actually who it was. Probably don't need to know the detail, but more importantly knowing that we have some riders down in the pack at the moment. But there's that a Joker lane, and we're going to look out for Richard as when to use it. Don't want to go too late. See, the other thing is, if you were deciding I'm going to use it in the last lap, and all of a sudden there was to be an incident where the race was red flagged, and it would be enough of a race to declare a result, but you hadn't used it, you might end up in 3rd place and you could have won. So it could be a disadvantage to leave it till too late in the moto as well. So there it is, the Joker lane.
Oh, we've got an absolute thriller on our hands here. DC Darren Capel is defending absolutely frantically. Barry Morris is right on the back wheel. Barry's has had 2 seconds. Capes has had 2/3. Capes would love to come away with a win here. We've still got little over a minute remaining on the clock, so we're going to have one more lap before the white flag comes out of their race leaders. A side-by-side breaking into turn number 1, and Barry around the outside, so we've got a brand new race leader. Barry Morris takes the lead in the race overall, and with that will be the lead in our 45 plus veterans. There's Richard Horn coming through. That'll be 3rd place, but he leads the 35 plus veterans lineup, and he has not done the Joker lane yet either, so that's another bit of excitement. Joel Wannell's still there. That'll be 3rd place for him in his category, as we see Cam Negus, one of those ones caught up in that pile up there. He is slipping down the leaderboard there. You can see a rip in the back of the jersey, so Cam Negus He's still there in third place for the 45 plus veteran, so I think with 2 wins and a third, that's probably going to be enough to hang on to the overall, but we'll let the computer do all the maths. Unbelievable racing and some real excitement here in the Summercross, our veterans category. 2 races and 1, and how good's this non-split starting? It's been for some frantic racing, Neil.
Yeah, I love that fact, and I know there's a lot of people that think, oh, that you should give them a split, and we've done that in the past, but there's actually also the fact that there's only about 30-odd riders, so it's not as if it's a full 40 gate. There's room for everybody, and the fact that it means that everybody gets to judge where they are, irrespective of their class, so I'm a fan of it. And, great, well done to the club today, so looking out for that one. And the split start, so what would normally be a split start, but today are all combined. 2 classes, same race, same start. But we can use the computer system, of course, mxt.co.nz, separating them by results. That part's fine. So when they come in 5th overall, there's been 2 from that class and 2 from another. So that rider then gets 3rd place in their class because there's only been 2 others of their class that have finished. So we can still split them and acknowledge their race results importantly. So here we are looking out at the moment. I get the idea with Phil standing here that we're ready for a white flag and ready to pounce. Is it going to be the number 33? Can Mr. Darren Capel do it? Is he going to pick up on the other lap? Oh, Cam. Oh no, there we go, here we go. And yeah, 33 for Darren Capel, is that right? Is that right?
Baz, I think he just missed the wine flag, but I think Barry's definitely in the lead of this one here. So Barry Morris, he's streaked off here, so he's got about a 6.7 second lead over Capes, and he is absolutely flying. It's Cam Negus we've got to look out for because he's dropped down to about 7th overall in the race, but if he can hang on to 3rd in the Veterans 45 plus category, should be enough. With 2 wins, you get 4-point buffer for the 50 points for the win, 46 for the second. So 2 lots of wins means you're an 8-point lead coming into this one. You're only going to give up 7 points coming home in 3rd. So Cam Negus, although he's 35.8 seconds off the race lead, should still have done enough to take our overall 45 plus veterans category. We've got Richard Horn out there, hasn't used the Joker lane, hasn't even needed to. He is there in the lead of this one here. And we've got Damien Fogarty in 2nd place. Joel Wannell is there for 3rd with Daniel Fogarty in 4th. We've got Scott White and Ryan Johnston rounding out our top 6. So that's your update, the 35 veterans. We've got Barry, Darren and Cam in our top 3. Neil Thompson's the one in 4th place. He's had a good showing today with Winston and Johnny Edwards coming through. And that'll be the top 6 for our 45 plus category.
Hey, I've just had a bit of a whisper. Johnny Edwards just got engaged in the pits, so congratulations, Johnny and Natalie. It happened here. It happened right in the pits today. How's that for a surprise for the new year? Didn't want to wait for the new year. Didn't want to decide it was going to be a New Year's resolution. Did it on the eve of New Year's Eve. Congratulations, guys. That is beautiful. Happened right here in front of the race fans. How good is that? That man, 73. He's engaged and he can still go out and race. That's a good thing. It happened on the day he got engaged. He should continue that way. Well done, guys. Johnny and Natalie, here we go. Barry. Looking out for this one. Here we are, checkered flag. Yes, indeed, Barry to do it. Barry Morris takes a win. Richard Horn right behind him, using that Joker lane. Oh, how dramatic was that? That's why you love the Joker lane. You're not sure who's going to pounce, and in the end, only on a couple of bike lengths. So Barry Morris, that was the psyche. I reckon that was great for him. I believe Richard was far too late to use the Joker lane. He did not know where he was then in the field of the race because he'd used it so late, and it was too late for him to make a difference in the race. You've got to move with the others, so well done. And I congratulate as well on that field from the fact that we saw Joel Wannell go out and use it first up. The first lap you can do it is lap number 2. You can't do it on the opening lap, but you can do it from lap number 2 onwards, and that's exactly when Joel made the pounce. So he had the feel, he had the pulse of the race right there in front of him, and he could watch how it was going. So Richard, I think, had lost that, but hey, for those two, they're in 2 different classes, so anyway, but hey, for an overall, there is a bit of drama and a bit of excitement wrapped into it. But there you go, that's the Joker lane in use as we acknowledge that for the rest of our classes here today. Coming up next will be our women's.
Absolutely breathtaking veterans motocross, and that is shaping up nicely for a good veteran summer. We've got the New Zealand Grand Prix for veterans motocross from 35 years onwards. That was going to be good. Hopefully we can get some of these superstars from up this part of the country to come down, because that will be a real feature on the program. Barry Morris gets to win just over Richard Horn, and they will be 1 and 1 in their 2 respective classes, both on 1, 2, 5 2-strokes as well. So another exciting factor here at the Summercross, and it just shows you the talent of those two dynamic superstars. Brilliant stuff.
Just to repeat that again, just been quickly showing a little bit of a sneak photo. Johnny proposing to fiancée Natalie in the pit. So there you go, Johnny. And then he goes out and does the race. How cool is that? So when you see Johnny Edwards, all-round good guy, popular man in the pits, loves his racing, always sought after. He's a sponsor for the sport, knows a lot of people that know and appreciate him. So Johnny, well done. Congratulations, and Natalie. So how cool is that?